Good evening, everyone, at Speedgaming 2. I'm Code Gorilla. I'm joined today by Steve Hacks. Steve, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Doing all right. I'm going to get our racers started here for the match 2 of our tournament grand finals. We've got Matrick versus TheAxeMan. Looks like Axeman is joined by Castbot tonight, so he's going to need it because he's down a game in this best-of-3 matchup.
Yeah, for those who weren't here last night, there was an amazing match. It was down to the wire, and I'm just hoping for something as epic and intense tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm hoping for something that epic, that intense, and also that Axe wins so that we get a game 3.
You know, I try not to root for one or the other, but I will root for game 3.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. And we're off.
We got our traditional sprites here. Matrix going for is that a Guardian Legend sprite? Was that a cello?
Yep, we got a cello right off the bat. That's probably going to be our alarm flute. We've certainly seen Matrick go and activate the windmill guard, even if he doesn't get a flute right away. But I think if you get a flute right away,
oh no,
you're just going to do it.
I see a warrior ring. We get a thumbs down from Matrick here. Well, you know, combat is not the only thing that they could be trolled by here, so yeah. I'm still hopeful. Looks like their Axe is doing the Matrix strat here, going straight for Zebu, opening up that windmill guard.
If you start with a flute, I think it makes a lot of sense. The thing that is always weird about, or I shouldn't say weird, the thing that's unusual about Matrix routing is that he'll do it even if he doesn't get a flute right away.
Well, the thing is, there's a pretty good likelihood you're going to find that flute in one of these other caves, and having to go all the way across the map to unlock this, it's just kind of out of the way.
Yep,
well,
absolutely.
Axe pulling slightly ahead as Matrick was navigating around a Tiger Man.
Yep.
Or not.
Might have just been pointing out. Alright, we've got our first sword. Sword of Water. And it does look like we have charge shots only on, which is going to make that warrior ring a little bit worse.
That's good. That's what I like to see. So, one of the settings that we've added recently and have been playing with in this tournament, we don't know, it's not always on, but in this game it will be, is charge shots only. So, the sword that he's swinging around is doing nothing. Only charge shots are going to hurt anything. So, one of the modifications is that they can charge while walking, because of course, normally you have to stand still, and that would just be a really slow game if you have to stand still to charge to hit anything. So, we've made it so you can charge while walking, and the warrior ring also got a little bit of a nerf. Rather than just always shooting, you have to stand still. So Matrick right there was just demonstrating the turret mode. If you stand still for long enough, you can just really fire off a turret. In fact, quite a bit faster than in the vanilla game.
Alright, we've got our other new flag on. We've got, oops, all mimics. So every chest in the game is going to actually be a mimic. You have to defeat the mimic to be able to get the item within. First item was a hazmat suit.
So
honestly, with how quickly they got their first sword, I am not at all surprised to see this flag on.
Yeah, that's right. The logic's gonna have to give him a sword because, of course, there's only a few checks you can get without a sword when there's mimics on every single chest.
Yep.
You know, short of randomizing all the areas, which you know all about.
Even then, there's not that many. There's just not that many non-chest checks in the game. Period.
So that looks like a thunder wall, is it?
Yep. We've got a thunder wall in GBC Cave. I wouldn't be surprised if this free exit goes out to Sahara and progresses through the back of Zebu's cave.
That could be. I never noticed the wall on that. It was a.
It was in fact a water wall.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong.
Well, this is the other option. Is it comes out on Cordell East, and it's going to point him straight to Oak, which is where Axeman goes.
Straight there. Makes sense. It'd be kind of out of way to go get the item first, and you only
it's a little straightforward.
You only get punished if that item in the tall grass is telepathy, but the odds of that being happening are relatively low. All right. Of course, both players are only really able to get the Oak Warp Point and trigger the Storm Fight. We're going to need some Warp Boots to be able to do that Storm Fight, though, because since our sword doesn't have a hitbox, we can't win the fight legitimately.
And did you just see telepathy there?
No, that was Teleport.
Oh, it was teleport.
So, Mount Saber North is on the table.
Yeah, that's right. They can now get into Mount Saber North. They have to take advantage of one glitch, but that glitch is in fact on. Axe using his boots to take advantage of a different glitch and get around this fight. Unfortunately, with charge shots only, you can't actually fight Stom the normal way.
Yep.
So we just teleport to Leaf, and that tricks the game into thinking that you're at the top of the screen and have finished this fight. I did not catch what Akahana wanted.
I didn't either. I was looking at Axe's side. But Matrick is going to go get that Bryn Mawr Warp Point first. Meanwhile, Axe is walking back from... Looks like Matrick's not even going to do that fight just yet, and is going straight for Mount Saber North.
I didn't catch what was the item from there.
I think it was just a consumable. No, it was Rabbit Boots, actually.
Oh.
Which are actually pretty good. They've been buffed with this charge shots only flag. Both getting a very clean rabbit skip there. But the Rabbit Boots, normally in the randomizer, they let you charge while moving. Now, with charge shots only on, that effect's on by default. So to make the Rabbit Boots still relevant, they let you charge at double speed.
Yeah, check out Axe's charging speed. It is insane.
Yeah. The number of times I've accidentally fired off level 3 shots with the Rabbit Boots
Yeah.
in charge shots only. And that's even considering the fact that the level 3 shots only charge if you are standing still. Rabbit Boots will only charge you up to level 2. But it still goes by so quickly that you stand still for a few frames and there's your level 3. Mount Saber North is not the play.
And they're looking for the sort of win there. So Matrix gonna walk back out, I guess. Oh, he's got teleport. Yeah, what was he walking it for?
Yep.
He's going back to do the Stomp fight now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Axe having to walk from Swamp over to Bryn Mawr because he's never been to Bryn Mawr, never gotten that warp point.
That seems like a misplay to me.
It's certainly some interesting routing.
After checking out Amazonas.
This is one of the places we could have that sort of wind. Does seem likely that our progress is going to be through Mount Saber North. Or Mount Saber East, if you prefer. But
I prefer
nothing in
North,
Amazon.
Oh, we got some welcome robots in this area. Always happy to see those.
Charm.
Charm.
Alright.
So Akahana wants the love pendant.
Meanwhile, Matrix is about to do this stone fight, and I'm going to try to pay attention to what bracelet Cornell wants, because I did not catch it on Axe's side.
Flame.
Flame bracelet. That went by really fast.
I was just luckily looking in the right spot.
Yep.
So with Rabbit Boots, I think we're going to see a play on Saber West.
Yep. Something important in the tornado bracelet spot, potentially. There's also not that much else open at the moment.
No.
I think Saber West has to be the play. Both players making a quick checkpoint at the entrance to Mount Saber West. It's especially nice if this first item turns out to be junk, you can just reset and not have to walk all the way back down the mountain.
Yep.
Although maybe with them both taking some time to kill some enemies, they'll want
Both
to...
of them missing the first try on the slope.
Yeah. Getting up that slope with Rabbit Boots is a little tricky, which is funny, because that's the intended way to do it in vanilla.
It isn't. It's actually a little bit easier with Rabbit Boots than Speed Boots. Speed Boots, you can only just barely do it without a damage boost. So, of course, they can get into here because this was the last place that progression was possibly going to be.
There's that telepathy.
And so Axe is just going to say, we're done here.
Yeah.
Great. Follow this this lead.
I like
get
this a
these
lot.
2 items.
I like this a lot. Seems like a pretty likely play to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, Matrick.
Yeah, Matrick. So what happened there is Matrick got paralyzed by one of the shadows, surprising him. Took an intentional poisoning to get rid of the paralysis so he could actually fight the Mimic. But then was under pressure to kill the Mimic quickly with enemies on both sides closing in, and ended up killing the Mimic outside of the wall. And at that point, you have to reset the room to be able to get the item again and fight the Mimic again.
Unfortunately, while you were explaining that, I missed the hint that Axe just saw about the insect flute. So he got a figurine and he got the he got change.
Yeah. And he tried the statue immediately, and it was in fact Aurelius' statue, which is not surprising that you also got change to go with it. So I'm gonna go turn this in right away. Just keep following this trail.
And there's our Sword of Wind.
There we go. Now I think the big question here is our progress, like, is the key to prison going to be on Mount Saber North? Or is key to prison actually hiding out on Mount Saber West, and you need to go up the main part of Mount Saber West to make progress?
Yeah, we still have a large unexplored area there. There's, what is it, 3 checks they can get at this point?
Yep.
And I think Axe is just going to go for the depth play. Which, again, with the seeds we've been doing, the logic, the way it's been working, the depth play is often the right play to go here.
Yeah, I think I like this play from Axe.
Matrick, again, not checking that hint. He never checks that hint. Oh, no, here he goes.
Bagpipes.
Yeah, there we are.
Oh, no. So that was an orb of fire on Axe's side?
I think it's just random fluff.
The thing is, Tornell wants the flame bracelet. So if I'm in Axe's spot right now, I'm thinking, oh no, I'm gonna get the second fire upgrade somewhere on this mountain, and then need to climb Mount Saber West.
I'd be in favor of that. As a viewer, I would be in favor of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Meanwhile, Matrick, if that is true, this is actually going to work out really well for Alex, because Matrick is back on Mount Saber West right now, and is looking to climb Mount Saber West before doing Mount Saber North.
We'll see. Yeah, that's a good point. I usually think of the balls and bracelets as fluff, but there's one pair that is actually logically relevant in these settings.
Yeah,
that would be fire in this one. So the game will give it to you before you need it. Axe is rounding out the top of Mount Saber.
First chest on Mount Saber West was an actual mimic, so let's see what else Matrick can find here. Ooh, how about painful death at the hands of a warlock?
Oh dear, there's that flame bracelet. So you had the right call there. That was exactly the right path.
And you could see the look on Axe's face, and it's like, oh, really?
Well, but what that look doesn't know is that Matrick took the wrong path.
Yeah, so, like, you still feel better having done this than climbing up Mount Saber West first. Alright, and you can at least beat Kelbesk 1. There's a chance Kelbesk 1 gives you the key to prison, and Tornell is actually just a red herring.
Yes. But at this point, I think you go there as soon as you can, because the game was pretty quick giving you those 2 items.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that great at reading logic, but that this is about as plain as day.
Yeah. Yep. Alright. Meanwhile, second item on Mount Saber West are warp boots. So far the chests have been junk on the main part of Mount Saber West.
Yeah, what a disappointment.
But I feel reasonably confident that Cornell is going to hold our progress here.
Yeah, I would not bet against that.
Breberg Billiards. A best of 25 would be great, other than the fact that we have a limited amount of time to get this all done. Pretty sure our runners would
for some community races afterwards. We'll keep running them.
Absolutely. And, alright, so there's Flame Bracelet. Or rather, the hint for Flame Bracelet. And Orb of Water. Well, the small consolation prize is that will make Helvesk 1 go down a little bit faster for Matrick, but that's still not, you know, worth it overall.
Yeah, that's a pretty small consolation there. Man, Axe is struggling with those warlocks there.
And you know what it is? Matrick did Mount Saber West before even getting the Sword of Wind. So
2 for 2 on memeing out of the Arilys's room.
I imagine Matrick is not going to be happy
Oh no!
when he gets that Orb of Fire.
Yeah, keep a look on that face.
Meanwhile, on Axe's side, we're going to find out soon what exactly kind of progress we're going to get from Cornell here. It could just be the key to prison, which would be extremely rude. I think the other option is Sword of Thunder.
Yeah, there's a good bet for that. Those are the 2 best options, I think.
Alright, no reaction yet.
There it is.
There's the key. Alright.
Well, like I said, any reaction we get out of Axe, we're going to get double that out of Matrick. I mean, you know, you're faced with Arilys or Saber West. Saber West is a pretty good play. I mean, there's a lot more checks there. Likelihood of getting progress out of Arilys is a little bit less.
I mean, other than, if you're going to Saber West, you're teleporting to Amazonas, just check Arilys on the way.
Well, there's something to that. Axe is actually checking if it's the windmill key first, though, of course, because he doesn't want to climb all the way back up Saber North. And I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, my gut says that it's the key to prison, but you don't want to gamble on that and be wrong.
No.
And sure enough, it is the key to prison.
And he knows it.
So, let's climb Mount Saber North a second time. A real mountain climb of a seed.
Yeah. I think we were playing Ice Climbers or something.
Celeste. And yeah, it looks like here, it may look like Axe is slightly behind Matrick, but Axe has already been here once, so...
Oh,
yeah, there's the head shake.
Matrick knows exactly what just happened. But he'll at least be happy to see his ball of water paying off a little bit.
Yeah, not nearly enough to make up for having to now triple dip Mount Saber West.
Yeah, he's hoping for the prison key here. And Axe getting his own idol.
Alright, that's Kelbest 1 down for Matrick. Now to get the bad news that, nope, you gotta go climb another mountain.
So Axe, by getting through the prison, has now unlocked another area. We've got the Waterfall Valley, town of Portoa, the various quests that are associated with it.
And it looks like the TheAxeMan idol can immediately get turned in to the boat owner.
And with teleport, it's a no-brainer just to head over here and see what they got.
Yeah. One of the hardest mimic chests to deal with in the game, just because you're in such cramped corners.
Yep, he's gonna fight for it, and it's just a consumable.
Still, better to get that out of the way now.
Yeah, while you're there.
Alright, so we do not have the sword for Rage, because the Queen did not have changed text.
Good to know. And there's our windmill key.
Probably, yeah. I mean, there's all 3 Portoa side caves you could go check as well, but I like chasing this key. You can always teleport back to Portoa.
Yeah, those side caves are just a lot of walking for not a lot of payoff usually.
Absolutely.
Especially when you can potentially wait until you get a little hint and save some walking later.
Yeah, those caves are some of the worst places to check in the game, in my opinion. Just, I never want to go to any of them, if I can help it. Oh.
Oh, that one. This is not. Axe was a little surprised there too. Everyone thought
all right,
pointing to windmill, but looking like these Portoa caves are where we're going to go. Mishama's suggesting we need a Matrix spot.
Alright, Axe going to skip Waterfall Cave for now. Oh, the look on Matrix's face. Like, yep, okay. I guess we're climbing.
He didn't even check
North.
windmill, huh?
Nah. He's not gonna get punished for it here either. I don't blame him though. I feel like in his spot, I would also just be going straight to Mount Saber North. The way these seeds play out, that feels like the more obvious play. Alright, Axe having a hard time with these flail guys in Waterfall Cave. Looks like checked Fog Lamp, and Fog Lamp had walls that we couldn't break.
Yeah, Fog Lamp wanted Sword of Fire.
Iron
so he's
necklace.
checking out Waterfall Cave, and he will not be able to get the clue. So there's 3 checks he can get here, and only 2 in Carissa Plant. So I think this is just a plain old numbers play.
Yep. It's a little rough because it means you are leaving behind 1 check, but at this point you kind of have to make those sorts of plays. You don't have that many places left to check. Plus, it's a much longer walk just to get to the front of Carissa Plant. Alright, our right side check is... We're gonna find out in a moment here. Mirrored Shield. Nope. That's not our progress.
That's French vanilla, isn't it? Mirrored Shield usually just on the other side of the river? No, that's the,
no,
the
that's a
Flute-O-Lime.
flute of lime. That's the second flute of lime.
I think I switched it to a mirrored shield in the randomizer logic.
Okay. Right, because flute of lime is no longer consumable in the randomizer.
Yeah. It's always hard to remember what what changes we made versus what's actually in the game.
Yeah. Alright.
So Axe is poisoned, but has no way to deal with that other than healing himself with a medical herb.
And he went ahead and equipped it.
Wow, that was a good good estimation of when it would pay off.
Yeah. Probably be fine here, but it does mean... I mean, you were going to teleport out of here anyways. That's a bow. Bow is good to have, but it's not progress, so it looks like Crystalis Plant is the play.
Yeah, that's about all that's left.
Max
Stock
is gonna...
up on some medical herbs here. I think he's resigning himself to having to go into Crystalis Plant now. Last locationing again.
Matrick picking up that encryption key. But it looks like Matrick is heading over to the Portoa side caves first before going and checking out testing the key.
Well, he's making all the right plays with these keys, I guess.
Oof.
Yeah.
Glow guys and shadows teaming up. Medusas, but we can't actually fight them. Which means they're just big walking obstacles. At least you're immune to the paralysis. There's a shield ring, so progress is at the very end of Crystalis Plant.
That's where we'd like to see it.
Matrick now entering Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, so what you just saw Matrick doing there, for those that are less familiar with the game, was what we call the statue glitch. Normally you're supposed to use a Flute of Lime to unfreeze them before you can get past here, but pretty easy to fool the game into letting you just slide past. Oh, is that a Flute of Lime? Or is that a Shell Flute?
I'm guessing Shell Flute, but Flute of Lime would be really funny.
I'm really hoping for Flute of Lime here.
Yeah, you go check the Shell Flute first.
Yeah, absolutely. Matrick getting his first bow.
Yep, sure enough, that's Shell Flute.
Well, I can't say I'm not a little disappointed.
And that's access to the Goa region through Ghetto Flight.
That's
Since
right.
We have change. Orb of Thunder will be nice once you pick up the Sword of Thunder, which presumably you will at some point.
So Axe is going to just set that warp point in Joel and work on his Ghetto Flight.
Second try, not bad at all. That is one of the trickier glitches in this flag set to pull off, and getting it second try there is, in what is arguably one of the harder spots to do it, is not bad. Not bad by any stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. No, these runners know their Ghetto Flight very well. Does not have paralysis, but he's got to walk by here anyway, so he'll just set off that first step in the Kensu check.
Yep. And when you warp back here later, you'll be closer to the bar entrance, so you save a little bit of time in the long run.
Matrick checking the bad news on Fog Lamp Cave. And AxeMan getting some warp points. Looks like he's heading to Chiron.
Yeah. Axe looks like not taking the slight detour to check for the other entrance of GBC Cave. That's something I like doing when I don't know where the second entrance leads yet.
Well, with change in telepathy, he potentially has access to Sahara.
Right. So if you pick up the Sword of Thunder later, looks like we might have lost Matrix feed. But yeah, knowing whether or not that entrance leads to Goa or leads to Sahara could be relevant when you pick up the Sword of Thunder later.
Yep.
By the same token, you can always just, whenever that's relevant, warp to Goa and check then, but...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Matrix back. Looks like we've rejoined him in the middle of Carissa Plant, about to get to the Shell Flute.
Yeah, so Axe knows he's got the key to Stixie.
Yeah. Although you don't have flight, so you can only get half the items there.
Yeah, but getting that key early when we all thought it was going to be Windmill, I think that's pointing pretty strongly to progression. Unless it's not.
I don't hate
you never
it.
know. These flags will troll you.
At least you've got Shield Ring, so you don't have to take quite as much damage.
Yeah. Well, he's stocked up on medical herbs as well.
Yep.
Let's see what kind of walls we have in just a second. And wind.
Alright, so we're getting most of the checks out of Mount Hydra here.
So do you figure he's going to go straight from here over to Stixie, or is he going to set a checkpoint somewhere first?
I think he'll probably just go... But I think it depends a little bit on how much damage he takes going through Mount Hydra.
That's true.
It's... So here's the thing. If you go all the way from the peak of Mount Hydra, it is a little faster to actually just warp back to Chiron and walk back up Mount Hydra again. But it's only off by like 2 to 3 seconds. It's not that big of a difference.
Well, he's not going all the way to the top either. He's gonna
That's the other thing.
Get that mimic. Not mimic. Yeah, it's normally a mimic, I think. The slime hallway chest.
The lag hallway.
Yeah, exactly.
Just spawned so many enemies. Alright,
Well,
Matrick very quickly getting that Ghetto Flight and on his way to Swan.
I've heard some emulators you can play this thing with lag turned off, and I should try that sometime just to see what it's like. Let's see what this last item is. I'm not hopeful.
Nope.
It's like a mimic. And he is going to teleport? Or not?
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, I wonder what he was walking down for.
I think he was just debating whether or not he was teleporting in his head. Decided, I'm gonna go ahead and teleport. I think from that spot, it's probably about the same amount of time. And this gives you a checkpoint and a chance to restock, which is...
Yeah, he's got plenty of cash.
Yeah.
I know I can't speak for Axe, but I value that checkpoint more than life itself.
I've lost races because of dying in Stixie, so I understand.
About the worst thing when you go to Stixie and you don't get set a checkpoint, climb all the way up Hydra, and die in that lag hallway.
Yep.
So Matrix over in Chiron now as well. Just a few minutes behind.
Yep. I'm gonna do a quick resupply here. We'll see if Matrix actually bothers to check Mount Hydra. It's one of those things I could see going either way. I think either choosing to check it or choosing not to check it.
Well, both have orphan
defensible.
checks. Both have orphan checks.
Yeah.
Right? He knows Summon Hydra's not going to fly. He knows, well, literally not going to fly. And he knows right side of Stixie's not going to work either. So you're just kind of picking which one you think is more likely to have that progression.
Yep. Well, turn out these are both wrong, and the actual progression is in the power ring spot.
Yeah, the Oasis Cave. Or
Nope,
not.
never mind. We got a French Vanilla Sword of Thunder. Now, is Axe going to remember the Axe chest?
Oh, he's definitely going to remember it.
I think these are the perfect cases to not remember it, though, is whenever you're doing this area without flight, it is super easy to forget this chest at the bottom here.
Well, here he goes.
But, alright. Did not forget
Patrick
it.
Not even bothering with Hydra, which is a good play. Again, I think that key is just shouting to be used.
Yep.
Shield Ring paying off for Matrick as well. And I think potentially he's going to save some time doing this now. Get a little bit of catch-up.
So, now that play I mentioned earlier, we've got a spotlight on Axe's side, about checking whether to see the other exit of GPC Cave, now that's actually slightly relevant.
Yeah. Possible flights on Dio.
Alright, that's Sword of Thunder for Matrick.
But does AxeMan care? AxeMan don't care. He's going straight into Goa.
Yeah, I don't hate
Three
this.
swords. And Carmine's area is going to give him 5 checks, possibly a 6th from...
It is indeed a
Ensu.
6.
There we go. And then 2 more from Carmine if he can kill her. Him. It.
Yeah.
I'm going with it.
Mashima mentioning in the chat that this flag set does not have the random Thunder Warp, which is a flag we've played with in the past that has some very fun effects of, oh, hey, you found Sword of Thunder, now you're somewhere else. Not on in this tournament, but can be interesting.
So Carmine's got Vanilla Thunder weakness. Yeah, I'd say Matrix only about a minute behind at this point.
Nope. Jeff
Assuming
Peters.
That,
Love Pendant.
well, Love Pendant was what Nakahana wanted.
Yep. Jeff Peters statue. Let's see. We've traded in 2 statues, haven't we? Yeah. So that's either the golden statue or the broken statue. Ball of Wind. Lots of stuff in Carmine's basement here.
Yeah, making it very clear this was the right play. We were playing with some different kind of item placement logic settings in this tournament, and it's kind of led to the effect of a lot of the key items are clustered in one place. I think I know why that is, and we're going to address it afterwards, but this is kind of the way we have it right now.
Yep. We don't want to make too many changes during the tournament while players have practiced and gotten used to one set of generation.
Well, this will just be an option pretty soon.
And an opal statue. Alright.
Always a welcome thing to see.
Yep.
Certainly
not
need to work
unhappy
with
to have
anymore. No use for those.
Oh. Okay. They got those checks in a slightly different order, but they now both have 2 bows.
There we go.
Granted, they don't have flight to check those bows. And we can get past the wall, so we can make more progress in... Interesting. We could have made more progress in Goa.
Huh. So why
But
do you
instead
think
we're going and fighting Moto 1.
That's interesting.
We can
So
fight
he's
Moto
missing-
1.
He's missing a sword. I don't know if that's got something to do with it.
It might be. You don't want to get too deep into Goa, and honestly, if you're going back in and you're just skipping the basement,
it is an easy skip to make.
Yeah, you're
really lost much time. My guess is though is Matrix going to go on through.
Yeah.
So we'll see some divergence. This is maybe the second hardest mimic in the game.
Don't accidentally teleport out of there while trying to fight this mimic.
I
Get rewarded with barrier.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we also got change, so we can go to Burkahana.
Yep. I imagine that is part of what factored in here. Oh.
Magic
Matrix also warping out. Okay. Fascinating.
Do they know something we don't? Wow.
Well,
that was a G-Brain play by TheAxeMan right there.
there's Sword of Fire. We've already got the Flame Bracelet, so that's also the tool we wanted for Tower.
Yeah.
Now Goa feels great.
But Axe is not going there.
Axe is also going to turn in this Love Pendant. No, the Love Pendant, not the Iron Necklace.
If only. So Magic checking that statue. It is not, in fact, a statue of gold. So we're looking for a lamp to reassemble that broken statue, I think.
Yep. Axe is about to make the exact same check, it looks like.
Yep. And naturally going to ESI from there. Of course, Magic does not have that fourth sword yet. So we'll see if that hurts him.
Yeah. Actually, it looks like Axe is going straight into ESI.
Oh, Axe is just doing G-Brain this whole evening. He's just like, I'm not going to need this. Go straight on through. Actually, that was Magic earlier, so they're sharing the G-Brain.
Actually, I don't hate this from Axe. If it turns out that the item there is important, you'll get, by doing this, you'll get the hint that tells you whether or not you have the right statue without you having to actually go out of your way.
Like, he's guaranteed to be able to get through this dungeon now.
And Matrix is not able to get through this because it does in fact need the Sword of Fire.
Oh boy.
Oh, and it looks like Matrix is going... That's the third bow. It looks like Matrix is going back into Goa. And this is interesting. We now know that Sword of Fire is hard required to beat this seed, because the third bow is locked behind it.
Yeah.
So even if story mode is off, you need all 4 swords here. For anyone unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, the third mystery flag in these settings is story mode. Normally, to beat the game, you need a minimum of flight and all 3 bows. And then if the story mode flag is on, you also need to defeat all the major bosses and have all 4 swords. But if it's off, like we saw last night, you only have to have flight and the 3 bows. And I guess a sword to be able to actually fight the final boss.
Yeah, so at this point, Axe is sitting pretty. He can... I think at this point, he can just go to the bosses and take them all out. Like, there's nothing...
Yeah, he's just looking for flight.
Yeah.
Flight. Flight is the one thing you need at this point.
Well, that was one of the other changes we made kind of at the last minute with the logic, was that flight is now forced, artificially if necessary, to be in the second half of the game. Or at least after a number of other checks. So it's nice to see these runners walking through Goa and having to struggle to find flight a little bit.
Alright, that was Eyeglasses at the end of ESI there. I think if you're rooting for Matrix here, you almost want to get stuck sooner rather than later.
Well, I think you want to see Flight show up really soon. Maybe Speed Boots and Flight.
Yeah. If Flight is actually in Goa.
Yeah, if he can pick up Speed Boots and Flight right here, that could possibly make a difference.
Yeah, and then at
Whereas
that point, you're just hoping you don't get stuck. Nothing actually needs fire in Goa.
Whereas Axe is hoping to pick up flight in here and never actually even dip Goa.
Yeah, at this point, as soon as you get flight in Axe's spot, you go straight to Crypt.
Oh, you don't even
Maybe
bother.
you do Pyramid on the way.
Yeah. I wouldn't do Pyramid, honestly. If story mode's on, you have a chance to go back for it.
I might do Pyramid if I'm still looking for Power Ring, but I don't know. I agree that it's like definitely justifiable to not do.
Matric is seeing nothing but consumables here.
And there's Flight on Axe's side.
Wow.
Flight is on Vampire 2. Yeah, you go ahead and finish out this dungeon.
While you're here, with Flight it's easy enough.
Yeah. And you go ahead and make this side check, because you would still like to have Power Ring, and it's not that far out of the way. Never mind. You ignore that chest now. You don't go back for it.
He's paralyzed, but he can use the checkpoint to clear his status in the next room. That's arguably a glitch or not. But when you reset your checkpoint, you do clear status. So we'll see him do that right away. Oh no, he wants that checked.
You need to reset first. You need to reset first, Axe, because you gotta be able to kill this mimic.
Oh no, Axe. Matrick could be right on your heels, you don't know that. He's
gonna pop an opal to cure paralysis, and if this is junk, just reset back to the checkpoint. Lamp, okay, use the lamp.
Keep the lamp. Oh.
Fruit of life! Yeah, reset out of that. Alright, looks like we've got a Sabera 1 that is weak to water. Gonna put on that warrior ring and barrier and just go to town. Meanwhile, Matrick dealing with Motto 2, not weak to thunder. Ooh, gonna corner him down in the entrance and take a opal statue off of him, but is weak to wind and is therefore defeatable.
Well, how many tries are we going to see on Matrick's side, I wonder? So we're going to check Clark. And there's the hint, the Acclimal figurine.
Yep. Although at this point you didn't need the hint because it's the last statue left.
Right,
teleport consumable. I think we're never going to see what the second exit of GBC Cave is, by the way.
No,
we will just not know.
At this point, the whole game's open. He has no reason to go back to it.
Yep. Even if you knew it was Sahara, it's faster to go this way than it is to go to Sahara through GBC Cave. Ooh, Metric taking another rough death at Motto 2.
So for those who missed last night's race, the deciding factor in it was the fact that Matrick noped out of Goa early, while Axe, who had the lead, completed it. Hoping story mode was on, and Matrick hoping story mode was off, and it turned out to be off, and it made a big difference. Spoiler alert, sorry. And so it's a little ironic here that they made the opposite plays here. And again, dipping out of Goa seems to be the right play. Now, we don't know if story mode's off. We'll find that out very quickly. TheAxeMan skipping the pyramid, because there's nothing there he could possibly want except maybe Power Ring. But even if it is on, I mean, it's just a quick, at this point, quick jaunt through Goa with flight and everything else. It'll be pretty quick for him.
Yeah. You even get to go in the back entrance, so you don't have to go through Carmine's floor. Oof.
Wrong first choice of bows. Meanwhile, Matrix still struggling with Mato 2.
Mato 2 giving Matrix the business here.
Our friendly neighborhood ninja cannonball.
I haven't found any armor, which is part of what's making Mato so deadly here.
Yeah.
Combined with the fact that Matrix does not actually have any medical herbs on him. He's got an opal statue and barely any health to start with.
So now story mode's off. Or sorry, is on. Do you check those 2 checks, or do you just go straight to the fortress?
I think you probably just go straight to Goa and fly back in the back entrance, and maybe you make some quick checks along the way looking for Power Ring, but I think you don't bother with...
Yeah, they're a little too far out of the way, I guess.
Yeah.
Though he is leveling up to 13? I guess without
Sure.
the Power Ring, he wants the extra damage.
Yeah, if you're compensating for Power Ring, for not having Power Ring.
What's Matrix play here? Is he giving up?
No, he beat Mato 2.
Oh, he did. I missed
He
that.
did. He's now moving on to Sabero 2.
And story mode is off.
And
Oh.
Sabero 2 is weak to fire, so Matrix actually now just done in Goa.
Oh,
but yeah.
this is painful.
Short of some tragedy happening in the tower here, Alex is looking to clean this up in under an hour.
Yeah.
And Matrix is going to be not super happy when he finds out that Sword of Fire is on Brokahana.
Well, he will
So the
find that
question
out
is-
soon enough. Here he goes. Yeah, when you get that dot done and you've just gotten your 4th sword.
Yep.
Thank you, Matrix, for having your camera on.
Oh, and he's going straight back into Goa.
Oh, no. But we know there's nothing there.
Yeah.
I hope he at least finds the power ring in there.
Wait. No, he's leaving. He's leaving. He's going to...
Using Joel.
Okay, he's going to ESI, he's going to get his Go Mode items, and certainly he's going to go check Crypt first.
Yeah. Axe almost pushing that brown robot down the stairs, but didn't quite do it.
Yeah. Sometimes they decide to just walk back upstairs. I've even had it happen where the brown robot walked back upstairs after I had spawned the white robots, and it's like, you guys aren't supposed to be working together. Hang
That's
on,
impressive. I've never seen that before.
I didn't sign up for this. But yeah, Flame Bracelet, even without Power Ring, making quick work of the tower here. That extra level putting in a little bit of work.
Yep. Well, I mean, Axe is a little handicapped. He can't do his stab strats on the robots.
I don't know, J-Ro, that 0.001% chance honestly seems a little high. Axe now on the 3rd floor of tower. Meanwhile, Matrix has picked up his 3rd bow. At this rate, Matrix will probably have just gotten flight, or be on his way to flight when Axe hits the dot done.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, won't even have picked up flight yet. Oh, especially not if he dies there.
Oh no, the checkpoints.
I think Matrix is rushing a little bit. But yeah, checkpointing
knows
for
he's
ESI
behind.
sucks.
Yeah, well, there is no checkpoint.
Exactly.
Yeah, he knows he's behind. He just doesn't know how far behind he is yet.
He'll know in under a minute.
And of course, with barrier, Axe can just breeze on through there.
And that is time for Axe. And he is finished with an official race time of 54 minutes, 57 seconds. Sub-hour. GG. So we'll get Axe in here for a little bit of commentary. The good news about this is, hey, we're getting a game 3. So,
Yeah, there's something to be happy about.
that's what we wanted. Magic trying to get rid of this poison here by getting petrified, and the holders are not cooperating. GG, Axe! Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah, that was
That was
my
jet
attempt to make a
seed.
statement there. Yeah.
I think he had Taskbot whispering in his ear.
Yep, I was worried that I would, be disappointing my, TaskBot friends here, but yeah, that was worthy of Mr. TaskBot here. He was oh, he was on my side tonight.
Basically, what ended up deciding it is you were both on Carmine's floor at about the same time.
Okay.
You both beat Carmine and then left the floor before continuing deeper into Goa. You went and fought Moto 1 and did Brokahana before going back into Goa. You got your Sword of Fire and then went over to ESI.
Right.
And there you got your Go
Where
mode.
Flight was. Yeah. Flight and the boat. That's right. The Flight and the last boat were both there. Wow.
Meanwhile, Matrick didn't do those checks right away and instead did a couple of the trade-ins and then went back into Goa. And so while you were getting Go mode, Matrick was in Goa on foot.
Getting absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that noping out of Go was the Jeep grand play here.
Okay. No, this was an absolute total jet, given that we started out with Warrior Ring, we got Fire, Flame Bracelet early, we got, cheap boots and medical herbs in Leaf. It gave us, everything. So yeah, this was the seed to get sub-hour on, so I was debating whether or not to actually kill Sabera 2 here, or Sabera 1 here, and I was thinking, okay, I'm at the end, I might as well do it.
Yeah.
Maybe, because it did give me a little more experience, and then I got level 13, which is another thing, oh man, is it worth it? Probably, without Power Ring. I think it really helped. Oh, plus we got that fantastic grind spot near the end.
Yeah. I like the quick grind up to level 13 there to compensate for the lack of Power Ring.
Again, Flame Bracelet with this with the charge shot only setting was wow.
Yeah.
So Matrix is about to get his Fruit of Lime.
About to get Flight, importantly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's gonna get Flight first, then he'll get the Fruit.
Oh, that Fruit of Lime was great.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Matrick, having seen that you've finished already, as soon as he picks up the Flight, just leaves. He's already got all 3 bows.
Yeah. I mean, I was definitely thinking about it.
You're already done.
Yeah. He's got a,
He's got a no story mode off at this point.
Yep.
Turn up.
It has nothing to do with this.
No delay. But he's gonna miss the fruit of lime. Oh no.
He is.
The fruit of lime that you had to go back for because you killed the mimic too high the first time.
I know. I was kind of like, man, am I really gonna go back for this? And I was kind of like, okay. I wanted to full clear it, like
too, because you got paralyzed on the way.
Yeah, I was kind of like, okay, if it's nothing, I can reset it, and if it is, then it's probably fine. And I ended up not using my opals at all, so.
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing you don't reset for there is exactly Power Ring, I think. Maybe Storm Bracelet, but...
Well, I didn't know if the story mode was on, and having some extra power-ups would have helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean... Huh. So did Matrick get anything that I didn't?
Not really, because Motto's floor, so after Carmine's floor was Motto's floor.
Okay.
He struggled a little with Motto 2, went in with very low health and 1 opal and no armor.
Okay.
So...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Took a couple of deaths there. But Motto's floor had nothing, and then immediately after Motto was Sabera 2, who needed Sword of Fire, which he didn't have.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think the only checks he did that you didn't were the ones on Motto's floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was barren.
Wow.
Like, yeah, look at... He's coming in with the exact same scaling you did. So...
Yeah, so yeah, wow. This was pretty good. I feel redeemed. Especially with a sub, you have to feel good about sub-hour seeds with these flags. Like
they don't come up very often, but I always feel good.
And when they do, you still have to earn it. Like it's not,
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
There's, oh yeah. I mean, how many people do?
Either.
Yeah. There's not many people that have gotten that. So I was gonna say, like, if you finish less than an hour, like, it's hard to compete. So.
Matrick getting into the Dragon 2 fight.
And I had great luck with Dragon. The tower went really well. I mean, level 13 is a nice bonus when you don't have Power Ring.
Matrick has like no healing for...
No healing and 1 opal?
Yeah. Neither of you found Refresh.
He's got to tink off the wings to change his luck. Oh, he was trying to go in that corner thing. That doesn't work. I'm not sure what...
Oh, it definitely works.
Ooh.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
This is a very near snipe from that laser.
Wait, he doesn't have enough... He doesn't have enough MP to fire off of...
He does. He can get one more.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
Uh-oh.
But he realized that and is going to use a magic ring.
He's got plenty.
I think he probably could have also done it with a level 2 charge shot at this point, but... You've got enough magic rings, why take that chance?
I mean, he's got rabbit boots, so he can get off level 2 shots super fast.
Yeah. Alright, Dragon 2 down. I imagine we'll see Flame Bracelet through tower here. You
So
don't really
I'm pretty
have any
sure
other...
I'm the only one who can't say that this is not my fastest time for this, or at least at a tournament race.
There have been, yeah. You don't even get seeds that would allow sub-hour, and then once you do, you still have to be quite good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which, I mean, both these runners are. These are, the top tier runners of the game.
Absolutely. There's a reason both of these runners are in the grand finals. And there's a reason we're going to a game 3 here.
we saw a few careless plays, a few misplays by Matrick. We saw some bad luck. but this sort of thing happens to anybody, and we'll see one more game to decide it all.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all about the navigation droid.
honestly, you could argue that the play Axe made in this run is the same one that kind of cost him yesterday, which is not going back into Goa and trying to clear Goa once you have all 4 swords. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't.
Evil Spirit Island. I feel like Evil Spirit Island is just as high priority as Goa.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. There's a lot of checks there. There goes that opal.
Yeah, I guess I missed the that play by Axe yesterday. I sort of chalked it up to sticking around too long in Goa. But I guess that wasn't quite even it either.
See, from my thought, when I was doing commentary yesterday, I was thinking, you've got all 4 swords. Going into Goa and clearing Goa feels pretty good. I do think ESI is a reasonable play there, but... Because you're right about it also being fairly high priority. It's about the same number of checks to time investment once you know you can do it.
Yeah. The other thing is, I had all the sword, I hadn't checked the walls first.
Mhm.
And so, when I saw that the last sword was fire, and I saw that the walls were fire, and then I knew I'd get good stuff. Because whatever your last sword is, when you go into caves that have those walls, you get good stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
So, since Fire Sword was last, basically, any cave with with fire walls are going to be the highest priority.
Is that really so?
Oh yeah, at least it increases the odds. So I keep track of the walls because, I remember which places I've been to and which places I've cleared, but I don't remember usually what the walls are if I didn't have the sword. I'll either remember, I had the sword or I didn't, but you've got to remember what the sword was.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I write it down. GG's. Or what? He's already finished on the race time, but yeah.
Spoilers.
Not much of a shocker here.
Yeah. With Barrier, Diana is free, so I would certainly not expect any racers of this caliber to struggle with Diana. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this race, and Metric has finished with an official race time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 6 seconds. We'll probably get him in here for some commentary in just a moment. But yeah, we've got a game 3 coming.
Yeah.
One last race to decide it all.
Hey guys.
GG's, Metric.
GG's.
Man, that was a hell of a time, dude.
Yeah.
That was an E in a seed at which, if you made the right choice at the right time, you flew through it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There was
That's essentially what happened to Axe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the play there was, do Stixie, hit the front of Goa, do Mado, get the Sword of Fire, and go to ESI. If you did that, you won.
Yeah.
And I beat my face against a Mado 2 that just would not cooperate.
Yeah.
And he had nothing for you.
He had nothing. He dropped a medical herb, that prick.
Well, I mean, it wasn't quite as disappointing as Axe's last item he saw.
Did you check items in the crypt looking for the power ring?
No, I went ahead and beat Sabera 1.
Well, before that though, he he got a mimic stuck in a wall. And
right, yeah.
So he went back to Sabera for the checkpoint. I think he forgot to actually reset to clear the status. Gets back to the mimic with paralysis, pops an opal, and what you know, he finds the glowing lamp, which leads to the fruit of lime. Sorry, flute of lime. Fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was classy.
As soon as I got as soon as I went to ESI and I saw I got flight, I was like, oh, yeah, that's how he won.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you climb Mount Hydra?
No, I did not. I almost did, but I decided to walk into Goa instead.
Oh. If you did, your mimic count would have been like 4 or 5 higher because it was all mimics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that
good.
was another classic.
I didn't check Oasis Cave. I never went back to Fog Lamp. I never went back
Okay.
to I never opened Vampire Cave.
Yeah.
You
Other
got-
than like Mount Hydra and Motto's floor, you guys did basically the same set of checks.
Well, it was the most. It felt like the most linear seed ever until you got to Goa, and then it opened up. Then you had
Yep.
options. But it was
Yeah.
a straight line before then. And can we talk about the garbage that happened with Saber North? What?
A little confused because for a
What the-
while I thought I was watching like Vista Lest or something. Or you're just climbing mountains the whole time.
Dude, it's up Saber South. Oh, okay, cool. Found teleport. Up Saber North. Okay, killed Kelbest. Get the flame
Yeah.
bracelet. Wait, really? Down the stupid mountain. Back up to Tornell. Get the key. Really? Back up Saber North. I was like, oh my god.
So that's another spot where I lucked out because I got the item from the the sword was at the tornado bracelet spot. So I got that and I went straight up. I went to Saber North and I climbed all the way up and then I realized, oh, wait a minute. What if the key is up Saber South? But it turned out it was, but you needed the bracelet from, from the top there. It ended up working out, even though you had to climb up no matter what. I should have saved ski for I would have gotten even faster time.
Yeah, I think the problem, the only problem I really had in this seed is that my aggressive play style really hurt me when it comes to the enemy layouts that there were today, because there were some really, really nasty enemy groups. There were robots all over the first half of the game.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
some
Taskbot. I told you, Taskbot's on my side here.
I had I died on Saber South, then I got paralyzed right at the stupid tornado bracelet chest, couldn't get that, had to reset there. Went back. I think I burned it in the wall once too. It was like, oh my god, is this really happening? Like it was an absolute disaster.
It was something
My
like
play tonight, on top of the fact that I just didn't find the path after Goa, just like, oh god.
Yeah.
It was not a good feeling run. But hey, it happens. That's what it is. I mean, when you live by the seat of your pants, you're gonna die by the seat of your pants.
Yep.
That's true.
And tonight it just didn't work out for me. Like I said, Mato 2 really had my number. I think I died 5 times. But again, it's one of those where it's like you can't possibly know that the other way is the correct path. And I was actually sitting there thinking, once I got the Sword of Fire from Brokahana, I went, dude, if Flight's behind Sabera 2, I'm gonna be pissed. Because that was what it was.
Yep.
Just looking at your stats, I mean, you were pretty even at as someone in the chat was observing at Carmine and Boa Moon, and then Axe just in the next 15 minutes finished the game. Whereas I spent 10 minutes from there on Mato 2. So that did make a pretty big
really,
difference.
it was ridiculous.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if you happen to notice, but dude, in the hallway where the bridge is in Carmine's area, those the 3 flail guys at the bottom of that place, like, just boxed me in, and I was like, oh my god, I have no choice but to kill these guys. That happened to
saw
me
you fighting with flail guys several times.
Dude, that
Oh,
happened to me in so many places where I just kept getting boxed in, and it's like, what do I do? I got pushed out the door by robots in one spot because the 2 Ed 209 robots lined up in the perfect spot in the hallway that I couldn't go above them, I couldn't go below them, so I'm like trying to get them to come down. I'm like, idiot, just walk down. Like, what are you doing? And I got punched out the door. It's like, okay, this is going to be my run today. I can already tell you.
Oh man, everyone's on my side tonight.
It's awful.
Yeah, we
Still had your number. Aspot had your number.
Look, everybody wanted to see a game 3. I threw. Totally. That's what it was, you know. I just threw it.
Through for the people. I respect it.
Yeah, throwing for content. I mean, that's the streamer life, right? And no, it just didn't work out tonight. I mean, it worked out for me last night. It didn't work out tonight. It's randomizer. It's gonna happen.
Yep, random's gonna
Absolutely.
rando.
So, yeah, we'll schedule another race. It'll probably be Tuesday. Axe, you thinking?
Tuesday, that works for me.
All right, Tuesday, same time. You good?
I think it should be good. Yeah. We'll let me check and we'll
I mean,
set
let me
it.
know over the weekend. It doesn't have to happen now. I'm
Okay.
just trying to give the people a heads up, you know, so they can think about it.
Yeah.
All right, well, stay tuned for the epic conclusion, epic finale.
Yeah, we'll crown a winner here. Sounds like on Tuesday. Should be a good time.
Nice. I'll see if Taskbot can make it again. And
We have to ban Taskbot.
oh yeah, he was so good.
We already know. I just unfortunately I wasn't able to launch the EMP tonight. I'll have to get him next time.
That's right. Get your EMP ready.
Any last words?
I'll see you in game 3.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, by the way, the question that I asked by my name tonight, no, it was not the finish. Next time.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to Magic and Axe for giving us a great show. Thanks Code for co-commentating, and thanks especially to Speedgaming for hosting us. It's been a great tournament, and I am super excited to see the end of this.
Awesome. Thanks.
So with that, we're gonna send it off, and come on back on Tuesday for the conclusion. Night, everybody.